Hey everybody, it's me, It's me, Marquita. And I literally was coming here. I'm trying to think what I was watching. I was just now watching Charlie, but that ain't what I was wanting to talk about. He's playing the game. Babies! I wanted to tell everybody that I was sorry for yelling in my one video when I was yelling at my cat. She is fine. She's right here. As y'all can see. And she's not mad at me. I did get mad at her last night because one of the babies was asleep on the bed. And she just came and picked it up by its face. Like, she bit its chin. She didn't grab it from behind the neck. And ever since they were born, I have tried to protect the kittens. Because when they were 3 days old, and that was New Year's Day. It was like after midnight. And that's when she very first, picked the babies up. Because, she had them on December the 29th. And so this was literally 3 o'clock in the morning, January the 1st. Might even have been 2 o'clock in the morning. And she, this is the first time that they ever was off the bed. Because like I said, this is me in her bed. Literally at the bottom of the bed is where I had her little makeshift, it's a storage bin, but I put covers in it, and she liked it. And so that's where she slept. And that's where she was comfortable giving birth, inside the tent, because this is me and her tent. This is the Ori and Keita Show tent. She's the Ori of the Ori and Keita Show. I'm the Keita of the Ori and Keita Show. So she felt safe to come in here into our tent to have the babies. So then, we brought in New Year's, and we brought it in at midnight. I gave her a kiss, I gave Biscuit a kiss, gave the girls a kiss, gave Gary a kiss, and I didn't touch the babies because they were still brand new. But I said, I whispered Happy New Year's to them. Okay, so that was at midnight. Everybody, we calmed down and all that, and it was just randomly. She was asleep, and she just got up, and I didn't have on any lights. It was literally quiet. The babies were asleep, nothing. And then she just randomly got up. And, I was looking at videos, but it wasn't, shining in that direction. It was I was watching it, I was laying down up at my end of the tent, of the bed, and she was down at her end. And so she usually gets up and gets off the bed, comes back, or whatever. And I didn't think nothing of it. And so she did it. She got up and she left, came back. Then she got up again and left. And I'm like, okay. Then she came back. And then the third time, when she was about to leave, I noticed you have a baby in your mouth. I'm like, Ori, what are you doing with the baby? So then I went down there and I counted. And like I said, she had a baby in her mouth. And then when I realized there's only 4 babies left, I'm like, Ori, where's the babies? And so she was taking them up under the bed. Well, up under the bed is, I have a not concrete, a tile floor, you know, but it was cold because it's up under my bed and it's, cold towels. I don't have carpet up under my bed. So I'm like, why are you taking the babies out of the box and taking them up under the bed? Like they never been out of the bed. That was like the very first time that she, and I was like, I don't understand. So I started yelling at Gary, and then that's when she was coming back to get another one. And then, like, I had to grab the baby out of her neck, out of her mouth, which it cut one of the babies. But the baby's fine now, it's healed. But, like, I was panicking. And, that was the night that I yelled and I cussed her out and I kicked my feet at her. I didn't kick her. But, like, you know how you just, and I never did that. I have never said anything, like, I have never yelled at her. I never even kicked my feet her way, ever. She is my Princess Bear, and I was her Kita, and never in the whole history of her being alive, or her being, well, I guess technically being alive, because we got them when they were babies, before they were fully weaned, because their mama was a stray cat that we fed. And then when we realized, oh my gosh, she had kittens, and we followed her where she had her kittens, and we seen that there were 6 little kittens in a cactus bush. And so it was like already icy outside, and then it was starting to snow because this was October. And I said, the babies can't stay out here because Snowy, that's what we call the mama, she was just like how we knew that she had the babies is because, like I said, she's a stray cat that we used to just put food on the porch. She used to come up, eat a little bit of food, and then she would leave. And we did that with Lola. We did that with Kit Kat. We do it still right now with Onyx. And, but yeah, so when we seen that, it was already, like, because there was, like, ice, like, some of the puddles were frozen. Thin layer, but frozen nonetheless. And it was starting to snow, so I'm like, oh my gosh, these kittens can't stay out here. And we asked our neighbor that at that time, that's where the cactus was in front of her apartment. And she says, no. She's like, I seen them. She goes, and I was going to call the pound on them because they don't need to be out in the weather. And I was like, no, don't do that. We will take them, to the shelter. And, like, we didn't take them to the shelter, but that's because I was like, okay, we need to wing them, and I was like, we will take them in January. And that's what we plan on doing. And it didn't work out. I think when we were going to drop them off, that day, I'm thinking that the emergency shelter, or the young something Williams. Oh, I forgot what it's called. But anyhow, they were closed that day, and that's where we were taking them. And it might have been something to do with weather or whatever. So they never went to the shelter. And then that's when Tabby went outside and got hit by a car. And so Tabby got killed. Which Tabby and Toby were like, they looked so identical. They were both calico tabby cats. I didn't know that they were tabby cats until I looked it up. But Tabby's name wasn't Tabby because he was a tabby cat. I literally thought he was a girl cat. So I named him Tabitha. And it was Tabitha from Passions, and because I was wanting to, and the only reason why I say that is because Toby, his name was Tobias, or Toby Throw the Old Lady Out. That was his nickname, Toby Throw the Old Lady Out. And then I was like, or he could be Timmy. And so that's when I was like, Passions, because Timmy and Tabitha, if y'all seen Passions, y'all would get it. And so that's why I named Tabby, because I was like, okay, Mr. Tobias, that's what I called Toby. Or I called him Octobers. That's what I called him also. And, yeah, so Toby and Tabby were, or Calico Cats. And then Nyla was the only orange cat, which I didn't know how rare that was, because they said most orange cats are boys. And we had a girl orange cat, which is like one in every, I think they said 1,000 births. Like if it's an orange cat, if it's a girl, it is very rare. And she was left-handed, which I thought was so hilarious, because Savannah finally had somebody in the house that was like her. And so Nyla, and then, okay, then, so Nyla was like an orange striped cat. And then Skylar was gray with a little bit of white. Like, mostly gray, but it was like a gray and white. And then, y'all seen Ori. So Ori was Ori. And then Biscuit. You seen Biscuit. And so out of everybody, like Biscuit and Ori looked at alike. Toby and Tabby looked at alike. And then Nyla was orange. So she was the unique one out the bunch. And Skylar was solid. Well, he was great. Like, he didn't have any stripes or anything. Like, he was just gray with white, like, with white patches. And so, yeah. So that's why the babies that we got now mostly looks like Ori. Because it's like and it's so funny because if you look at them closely, like, you might see, okay, it's just gray. But then it's like almost like a zebra, because it has spots and it has stripes. But because it's almost the color of, it's almost the same color as its regular fur, you really can't see the details unless you look closely. And then, as y'all know, we got like a light gray one, and it has stripes. And then we have like a darker gray one. That one looks just like Ori. And it's like a darker gray with gray stripes and a little bit of spots, which if you look closely on Ori, that's like her pattern. And then we have like 3 white ones. And see, Waffle is white with a black head. And then there's another one that is white and it has black spots. Like a little bit of black spots, but it's mostly white. And then there's another white one, and I think you might got a couple of spots, but its ears are black. So that's how you could tell them apart. And yeah, so the first one that was born of all the babies is the one that looks exactly like Ori. It's gray, it's like a darker gray, and it's striped. And I'm thinking that's the one Like I know that that is the oldest because I was awake um, when she had that one, and then I was awake when she had two of the white ones. I don't remember what they looked, which two it was, but I was awake. And then I was trying to stay up, but I ended up going to sleep. Oh no! I when I was awake, it was um, she had four. So she had at that time two white ones, the dark stripe. She might have had three whites. She might have had all three of the whites. Or no, because when I woke up, that's when I realized, oh my gosh, there's a third white one. And she had two while I was asleep, but literally, I was asleep in the tent when she gave birth, and I didn't know. But anyhow, um, yeah. So when I went to sleep, it was like four. It was four of them. Then when I woke up, it was six of them. So I just wanted to make it clear that I know I cussed my cat out. And I should not have said them harsh words. I shouldn't have. I know that. But, and I'm not saying but like, okay, it's an excuse. I'm saying but like, me saying that wasn't out of hate. It was out of worry. Because I have, ever since she's had them, I have been worried that she would just leave them. Because I took it as that she literally don't have a maternal instinct because her own mother just walked off and left them. Like when we brought the six babies in, Snowy literally got off the bed and went and sit in front of the door and was ready to go back outside and never came back in. She literally knew we had the cats because we brought them in and we brought her in at the exact same time. And then she seen the babies, and then she literally hopped off the bed and went and sat in front of the door. And we were like, Snowy, the babies. And she just looked at us like, I'm ready to go back outside. And so we opened the door, and she literally ran out the door and left. I haven't seen Snowy since. I mean, we did see her off and on, and I was like, Snowy, do you want to see the babies? And she would literally run the other direction. The other direction. Now, we were feeding that cat for like close to a year. So it wasn't that she didn't know us. Like, she knew we had the babies. Like, she knew us. Like, anytime she seen us, she would run and come and hop on the porch. Onyx, still to this day, comes and runs, hops on the porch. Because Onyx knows that if Onyx goes to my window, goes to the kitchen window, goes to the other bedroom window, like if y'all seen my backyard, the only way that Onyx can get on the window that's in the kitchen and the bedroom, in the other bedroom, which is facing the backyard, is it has to hop up. It has to go on the rail of our back porch, walk across the little ledge, and either like meow at the kitchen window or walk and jump and get on the other ledge to get to that bedroom window. Or here in the front of the apartment, Onyx can jump up from the ground up to this ledge. And like, so Onyx knows how to get our attention. And so Onyx lets us know, okay, I'm outside. And then we will see, okay, do you got any food, Onyx? And then if Onyx don't got no food, we give Onyx a little bit of food. So we love animals. We love cats and all that in this house. But literally, I was not saying that in an abusive way. It's only because since the babies were born, she has not had a true maternal instinct. But if she has a maternal instinct, it's never because she's afraid that somebody is going to do something to them. Literally, when she was picking the baby up yesterday, the baby was literally asleep. It wasn't crying. It wasn't trying to get off the bed, which she knows how to jump off the bed and jump back on the bed. Like they're getting to that age to where they know how to get on the bed. But she literally only did that because she heard Gary say that he was gonna fix me, like he was gonna bring me some food. So she literally was coming to get rid of all the babies off the bed, so that when I like cooled whatever I was eating down, I always put like a little to the side, let it cool off, and then I usually feed it. Like if the babies are on the bed, then the babies can eat it. If it's just Ori on the bed, then Ori will eat it. But what?
That was a Walmart for your meals, and they said delivered attempt refused because we didn't get they said that we refused to get it.
We didn't refuse to get it.
Yeah.
When was it?
I don't
know. Okay, it's today.
We didn't
go.
Refuse anything.
No, go see if it's at the mailbox, because it's USPS. I know, but it says it's an oversized item. I don't know. That's the only thing that Walmart. They weren't even supposed to be here to the 25th. Guys, today is supposed to be my favorite day. Today is literally February the 22nd. This is like my favorite day because I have said this multiple times. Today is literally 9 months to the day to my birthday, but that's not why I like today. I just like the number 2. Yeah, I have always said that my favorite day is February the 22nd, and that's today. Oh, hold on, let me wish my little baby man a happy birthday.
Hold on, Mom, Dad needs the phone back.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I'm saying happy birthday to Bubba Sissy.
Wait, what?
Bubba Sissy, Bubba.
Oh yeah, who?
I'm not gonna say his name because I'm recording.
Oh yeah.
But
it's one of them, right?
It's not the twins. Oh. It was a good picture. Look, y'all never seen this picture before. Hold on.
Oh yeah?
That's Shandy's mama. That was Mom. That was literally... That was the last day that I seen her before she died.
Oh, she died?
Yeah, she was losing blood, and they didn't know where she was losing blood from, so she called me, and um like before she went into surgery, she's like Marquita, get your booty over here so I can see you before I go into surgery. I didn't get that message because all night before, the reason why I didn't have on my ringer was because Granny, she was calling. You know how she used to call in the middle of the night. So I didn't have my ringer on. So when I woke up, I got that message. And then when I called, I called Shandy back, and she's like, yeah, they're about to take her, into surgery, in like 30 minutes. But, it took more than 30 minutes for me to get over there. So when I went over there, she was in surgery. And then from there, they took her to the ICU. And then it was like 18 hours later, they was like, she's not getting any better. So then they was like, what do you want to do? And so then that's when, Mom and Angel's brother, they all came down, and they was asking, I didn't have any input, but it was like whatever Shandy wants, because that was her mama, and all that. And then that's when they decided to just pull the plug. And so what happened was, they let us all go back, like one at a time. We all went back, and Angel was like, I don't want her to die alone. And of course Shandy, she did not want to be there. But I was like, if you will allow me, can I please stay back here with you? And because it was going to be Angel, and then Brianna's like, I want to be here, but we're like, you're 12. No, you're not. And so Angel was, and I asked Shandy, and I asked everybody, I was like, please, I love my mom, knew I love her. And so me and Angel held Mom's hand until she died. Yeah. Anyways, guys. That was February the 18th, by the way. Yeah, it was a picture showing that, oh, you remember on this day when this picture was taken. I forgot to message Shandy. I'm saying her name. I'm so sorry, sis. Cause y'all know I don't edit my videos. Anyways, I got to say happy birthday. Well, I publicly said happy birthday to Bubba Sissy. But I don't have permission to say that. I didn't have permission to say my good sister's name either. I'm sorry. I'm not, like, I haven't said my niece's name. And she's a little baby man, but she's not in the baby man family that I just wish that baby man. My niece is not in that family. I know it sounds weird. My little baby man is 17. 17, guys. I remember when his mama was pregnant with him. Yep. He was a little Elmer Fudd baby. Like, he had a little bit of hair, but because it was so blonde, he looked like, not Elmer Fudd, Charlie Brown. That's what I meant to say, Charlie Brown. He was like a little Charlie Brown kid because he had hair. It's just, it was very fine and it was very blonde. And, but anyways, he was just the cutest little baby. And then, see, the girls, as I say, the girls was 0 when he was born. That ain't. I'm thinking he was 5 when the girls was born. Yeah, that would have had to make him about 5. But anyways, I have said multiple times, the only 3 people Savannah let hold her, besides me and Gary, was that baby man that today's his birthday. So Bubba, that one, and then Sissy, the one that her birthday will be in May. So baby man, that is his birthday today. He is baby man number 7. And then baby man number 3, she would let hold. And then she would let aunt, baby man. Or the mother of the baby man. She would let her hold her. But yeah, Savannah was very selective. But she didn't like to be held. She didn't. Like, when she was like 2 or 3 months old, she kept wanting to try to, like, get off my lap. And I'm like, Savannah, honey, you can't walk. I'm like, I'm not letting you down off of my lap because you can't walk. And then what did she say? Okay, well, bitch, say less. She didn't say that. But I'm just saying. In so many words, she said that because at 9 months, her little tiny self was up walking around. Oh my gosh, and the funniest thing, I wish I would have got it on video. But, like, it is permanently ingrained in my head. And they were having TEIS, services, to help them make sure that they hit their milestones and all that. And Savannah got up, and like Hannah, because Hannah was, and their personalities as a baby were like polar opposite. Savannah wanted some of my, because like I was drinking a Capri Sun, and she wanted some of my Capri Sun. And I'm like, Savannah, this is a straw. You can't drink out of a straw. And she kept trying to grab it. I was like, okay. I was like, here. And like I put the straw in her mouth, and she started drinking it. And I'm just like, you're 6 months. How in the bejeebs? Literally, the very first time she had a Capri straw in her mouth, she knew how to drink out of it. But then Hannah, I thought, oh my gosh, they're little baby geniuses. So I tried to give it to Hannah. Hannah could not figure out how to drink out of it. So we had to put Hannah's in a bottle, and then Savannah, we just gave her the Kool-Aid pouch. And she knew how to hold it on the sides without squeezing it and all. But anyhow, I'm thinking it's because left-handed people figures out things more faster because they live in the right-handed world. So they have to adapt faster, which we have never did anything to force Savannah to be right-handed. I want her to be the hand that she is. I never was the one that believed in forcing a child to be the opposite hand that they are. I know that because they were like, well, she doesn't really know which hand she wants to use. I'm like, yes, she does. What you mean she don't know? No, my kid chooses to do everything with her left hand, so she's left-handedness. But anyway, so like in a few of her therapies, it was like, okay, like they're both of their biggest problems that they had as babies wasn't even really problems. It was they did not like to eat. And it's not like, oh, they didn't like to eat this type of food or they only want to eat junk. No. Literally, they didn't eat a piece of their birthday cake until they were 3. Because for their first birthday, we tried to do the smash cake, try to put like the cake in their mouth, frosting. They didn't like candy. They didn't like candy. They didn't like cake. They didn't like cookies. Like literally, they wouldn't eat sweets, which I mean is a good thing because I didn't force it on them. But they also didn't like food. They literally, we had to, cause like they were on the baby formula for an extra month, so for 13 months because they were small, still like they're still small for their age, because they don't look like the age that they are. I mean, I think Savannah's starting to catch up, um, age-wise, but Hannah's not, and that's totally fine. It's totally fine. Um, but yeah, so like our biggest problem, or our biggest hurdle that we had to jump over was literally them eating, because they never wanted to eat. They didn't like food. They didn't. And they was on toddler formula because it was proven that they didn't like to eat. They didn't. But they have always been, still to this day, right now, today, they are height weight proportionate. So their height is how much they're supposed to weigh. And like I said, Savannah, she went through like a mini growth spur to where she's like maybe an inch taller than Hannah, but she's also a couple of pounds more than Hannah. But she's not overweight. Like, her height is how much she's actually like 2 or 3 pounds under the weight she's supposed to be for her height. But like if you look at her, she's literally made like my sister. Because my sister growing up was never fat. She just had short, chunky legs. And, and that's like what, what Savannah has. She has short, chunky legs with a long a long torso. So, but that's how baby man number 2, she's also like it. She has short, chunky legs. And then she's like thin. And so, like, they're not fat. It's just their legs are short and chunky. And then baby man number, I use the family order. So baby man number 4 in that family, but biologically baby man number 3 is in baby man number, okay, so I say biologically. So Hannah, baby man number 3, and baby man number 4 are all tall with and super, well, baby man number 3, he's not really tall, but he's really skinny, but he's very active. Like, he's very, very, very active. And then baby man number 4. Baby man number 4, biological, and Hannah they are just tall and super thin. Like, still to this day, like, baby, well, I don't know, because I haven't seen her in a couple of years. The last pictures I've seen of her, she still looked the same. But yeah. But she's still tall and skinny. And it's like her legs, like she has really long legs. Like Hannah has really long legs. Even though she's short, but she's like mostly legs. And so it's hard to get pants that will fit her waist wise, because if I get the size that will fit her waist, it's going to be too short because her legs is longer. Like her legs is like the length of basically closer to her age length, her age um, range. Because I usually go to Walmart, so it's like between like 10 and 11, or it's like 10, 12 or whatever. Like she don't wear 10, 12. But I'm just using that as an example. So if I get her a size 10, 12, she might be, in a size 11, just as an example. But because the 10, she could fit the 10, she might be an 11, but because this is a 10, 12, it's too big for her, because the 12 is too big for her. So that's what I'm saying. But the length of the legs in the 10, 12 fits her perfectly. It gives her a little bit more room to grow, like taller. But waist wise, it swallows her whole. So that's what I'm saying. Her legs, she needs longer pants in order for them to be long, but like a smaller waist, which they don't make that perfect combination. But baby man number 4 biologically is like that still to this day, and she's 21. So it's like, okay, there's people, there's at least somebody else in the family that is literally like has the same frame, and they don't even have the same daddy. Baby man number 4, and then Han Van. They don't have the same. Well, Han Van does, obviously. They're twins. But baby man number 4, and then the girls, my girls, they don't have the same dad. So it's literally from my sister's genes because they have the same mama. Anyhow, I rambled. I just wanted to let y'all know that I know I made a video and I know I yelled and cussed out my cat and all that, but I just wanted to clear it up. I have never and would never abuse physically, like maybe me cussing it out, maybe touch verbally, but I wasn't saying it just to be mean. I was saying it literally because I was worried. I was worried. And my worry came out because if she would have picked the cat up by its neck, I would have been like, Ori, go on somewhere. How dare you? The baby was asleep. But when she picked it up by its face, I got scared. And the only reason why I didn't grab the baby while she did it is because last time when she had the baby, she had it by its neck, and the neck got cut a little bit. But so I was like, I don't want the baby to be hurt. Like when she picked it up literally by its face, it wasn't crying. It was just like, I was like, okay, well, mama's carrying me by my face. But I never seen her pick a baby up by its face. I never seen that. And that scared me because I did not want her to hurt the babies. That's every argument that me and Ori has ever had. It was always because I did not want her to hurt the babies. Because that's what I was worried about. Because, like, these babies is her second litter. Because her first litter, she had four babies. and they were born a little early. But she literally gave birth to them. Literally, like she went on the floor and she gave birth to them, and then afterwards she hopped up on the bed, and I'm like, Ori, here, go down there, cause like, we're like, we need to try to keep the babies warm, cause like one of them wasn't moving, but uh, two of them was, and then one we couldn't really tell if it was moving or not, but like at least two of them were like moving, but we knew that they were extremely early because they didn't even have fur, like they were so tiny, and I'm like, Ori, come on, let's try to, keep these babies warm. And she just looked at me like, I don't know what you're talking about. I never had a baby. And so she literally gave birth to them on the floor. And then she hopped on her bed, in her little bed, and then just sit there. Came over, gave me a little bit of kisses, biscuit the cover, then went back in her little bed and went to sleep. And it's like and I know that, and I looked it up because I was trying my hardest to keep them alive. I was trying to keep them warm. I was like, okay, do we need to go get some baby milk and all that? But no, it was like nothing ever just happened. So then when she had these babies right now, that's why I'm like so much trying to make sure that they get everything that they need. Because if Ori wants to go do something, she's going to stand up and she's just going to walk away. If the babies are nursing, she does that. And it's like, Ori, get back over there and finish nursing the babies. That's why I went out and I bought the kitten formula. It was feeding the babies by hand. It's because like the babies will be waking up and then they will be hungry, and she would literally, right as they were about to feed, she would get up and walk out the room as if they didn't just wake up and that they're hungry. So then when I fed them by mouth, she didn't want me to feed them by bottle. She didn't want me to do that. So then I give them back to her so that she can nurse them. But then she didn't want to nurse them. So then I would have to get the babies, and I would have to then like tell her, move. The babies need to eat. And they were like super hungry because they latched so fast and so hard because they were hungry. And I know that I'm not a cat, so I don't know if maybe they weren't all the way hungry. But when I fed them, they ate. They sucked, like, the bottle almost completely dry. And then they slept for, like, a couple of hours until they were ready to wake up. But Ori would literally get up and walk out the bedroom. So that's why I felt like I had to be hard on Ori. I had, like, when I said what I said, it's because I was worried. Because I did not want her to hurt the babies. That's all that I think about. I love Ori. I do. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep her as an emotionally support animal. It's because I am literally going through some major stress. And if she's adding to it, she's supposed to be here that when I get stressed, I can pet her. I could just try to get my mind off of the real world, if not only for 5 minutes. She's supposed to come. I'm supposed to cuddle her. She's supposed to cuddle me or comfort me or whatever. She's supposed to make me feel better. But if she's doing things that's not making me feel better, I can't keep her. I cannot keep her. And so I can't keep her as my emotionally support animal if she's adding to my stress. And I don't want to get rid of her. But at the same time, if I'm only getting more stress with her, I can't keep her. And I love her beyond. But literally, that's my decision. And then I'm mad because I ordered things from Sam's, and I ordered some stuff and I needed it to be delivered, some storage bins. As y'all know, I've been trying to get storage bins. Finally found some at Sam Club. And because they're big, they won't deliver them. Which I understand, because I got the biggest ones that I can find, because we got to pack the whole house. But then we had a friend. You know what? I'm not going to go into that. Just know they deliver the smaller storage bins, but not the big ones that I need. And I literally saved money from January, from February, to get these storage bins. Like I told Gary to get these 1 chicken patties, and he got same brand, just different chicken patties. So the ones that he got were like $7, when the ones that I wanted him to get was the ones that were like $4. So already there, because I had it budgeted out for the $4 ones. And then he picked up some other stuff. And the ones that I had budget for that amount, he got the ones that were $4 higher. And I'm like, okay, so literally for each thing, I paid $4 more. So I was already working because I budget everything out so that I could get the storage bins, so that I could get everything that we need, so that we can pack up the house, so that they can move us. Because they called and they said that what day do I want them to come up here and move us. My problem with that is I don't want anybody coming in and touching my stuff and selectively touching my things. So that's causing me stress. Then I have been asking 4 months since May of 2024 for storage bins. Every person that asks me, do you need anything? I need storage bins. Oh, I don't have them. I can't do that. XYZ. So then when I did finally find storage bins, and I literally found them just this month in February, the biggest size that I can find, and in the price range, because I was told about some bins, some storage bins that are basically half of the size of the ones that Sam's has. They're literally half that size and double the price. Literally. That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, everybody can tell me, oh, you can go here and get the storage bins. Then when I go and I need a a big size, it's like I can't afford that. I can't. Like basically two of the storage bins, the biggest ones, two of them, I can get two of them for the price of the one that somebody told me about. And it's literally half of the size. And they know I am on a extremely tight fixed income. And so yeah, I could have bought them smaller storage bins, but I would literally been paying twice. Like they were like $30 for one storage bin. When I could get two, literally double the size of the one that was $30. Because it was like a size 20 gallon. Size 20 gallon, right? $30. When I could get a 40 gallon for not even 15. Or close to 15. It's like 14 something. Alright? So I could get two 40 gallons for the price that I'll be paying for one 20 gallon. So, yeah, I'm stressed because we can't fit all them storage bins in the car. They won't let me order it, pay for it, and then slowly come back and forth to pay for it. So then I was like, fine, we'll just have to just take multiple trips. You know, Gary will have to take multiple trips. Talked to a friend. He said, no problem. I could do it on Friday. Today is Saturday. Gary was going to try to do it yesterday, on Friday. Something fucked up happened to the wheel. It's off of his rim. I don't even know what that fucking means. And then we gotta buy a brand new tire because it's off of his rim. So even if we did want to go pick him up, which that's what Gary was gonna go do, we was gonna try to get as many as we could and take as many trips back and forth that we could to get the storage bins here. Because our friend that said definitely Friday, I got you. We asked him on Tuesday. And he's like, yeah, most definitely Friday. XYZ. And today is Saturday.